today, WWE held a town hall with all of its employees, and WWE has just put up the video of this where they are addressing the troops, and then Shawn Michaels and Undertaker take the stage. Stephanie was there, Nick Khan was there, and unfortunately, they did not give this man a microphone, at least not in this shortened video. Mark Shapiro. And he was, if I have my pick of who's going to be inducting this guy, you know who I'm picking. But yes, they announced that Paul Levesque will be going into the WWE Hall of Fame over WrestleMania weekend.
So he's going in as Paul Levesque and not Triple H? Is there
well, he's already gone in as Triple H as part of DX, as they noted. So this is Paul Levesque going in. And I would assume that this is our headliner for the Hall of Fame, which is an interesting one. Listen, we have long since passed the discussion who deserves to be in, who doesn't deserve to be in. No one is questioning that aspect of things. But this is a very interesting one, just in the sense that, Vince McMahon, whatever you want to say about the guy, I mean, he was never going to do this. He was never going to have himself inducted, and famously did not want his name mentioned in speeches for the Hall of Fame. And whatever you want to say, I kind of like that about Vince McMahon. The fact that for something like this, he was just, I'm going to produce the show in the back. I'm removed from this. And to me, this feels as though like last year was all about the new era of WWE. And this one feels like this is another like Paul Levesque front and center focus for WrestleMania weekend. And again, just your latest, like this is the guy that is running the show.
Yeah. It is very different. Vince at that time was probably the only person in charge, had final say on everything. I don't know if Paul Levesque is necessarily the only person in charge of these sort of decisions. I guess if we're to be believed, this was a surprise to him, and maybe it was more.
It was certainly played off as a surprise, yes.
Yeah, and that maybe it was more of a Nick Khan or maybe even Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro type of decision, and I listen, like he's already in. At some point, you knew he was going to get that individual induction anyway. I don't think this is necessarily a case of somebody inducting himself into the Hall of Fame. Like I see so many people replying and responding, criticizing. Ultimately, the Hall of Fame is a show that you use to make money, to sell tickets, to attract viewers to Peacock or whatever, sell merchandise.
Is this a good choice for that?
I think it's a no-brainer. Like he's of a certain status, now more so than ever, and he's a very worthy headliner, of course. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree at all. I'm like usually I only look at this as who's going to give an interesting, in-depth speech, something that's going to be entertaining. I don't know if Paul Levesque's going to be the most entertaining speech.
But that's not necessarily the reason why you would induct somebody, not just for the speech. It's because of
you're marketing this event around Paul Levesque, and
yeah,
I would just look at it that it's he was going to go in at one point or another. They opted to go with this year, and that's all. I guess that they when you look at who your candidates are. For headlining status, like you've gone through so many of them. When Rey Mysterio was going in a few years ago, that kind of tells you where things are. But I mean, there's literally nobody I think that you can pick that is, oh my God, they're going with this person. Like anyone can go into this thing, essentially.
Maybe being a headliner is sort of different. There is sort of a bar maybe you would expect for like a big name that could be at the very end of the night. But certainly he would qualify. Who do you think inducts him?
Sean.
I think Sean or Steph.
Yeah. As I mentioned, Stephanie was there as well. I mean, it could be a collection of people. Like they are going to make this again. Like I'm just watching this as like they are going to make this as like this boom period. This is the Wizard of Oz. This is the man that is crafting everything. He is the creative vision of this company, and I think that is sort of what the exercise is here, and maybe why the incentive. Again, you could do this with Paul Levesque literally any year. Why this year? I think that's part of it. I think they really want to make this feel as though this gigantic business period, this is the creative leadership.
Sure. And then next year we get Mark Shapiro.
I mean, if ever,
that speech would be.
Could you imagine? Gets the standing ovation. Thank you, consumers. I'm engaged. I am engaged, and I am ready for tonight's activation of my Hall of Fame qualifications.
Yes.
Our trend line is up and to the right. And my phone just went off. The stock has just hit 160.
If you like this video, consider joining our Patreon, the Post Wrestling Cafe. Multiple bonus podcasts every week, ad-free shows, and access to our full archive. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is much appreciated. Thank you for watching.